I don't want to see an Armin version of his mother. I don't want to see charred mama. It's crazy that had he not lied to his dad about what he wanted the money for, he would have died that day. The lie not only saved his life, it also made him feel guilty. That's gotta mess with your head, right? Someone pointed out as well, I'm not sure if this is true, but in last episode, when his mom and dad were like speaking to him and like he got slapped and everything, there was no details to the faces. And seemingly what that could mean is the fact that Lloyd's so traumatized from the past, he doesn't even remember the faces of his own parents. Given the bleeping of even the names, like, oh, bro, he finally thinks things are getting back to normal and they got a fucking airstrike again. The symbolism, too, of the fish flopping without water to breathe is so on point for what he's dealing with. Oh, no, bro, I swear to if once again, because he was fishing, he's not gonna die, but mom's gonna die. Wait, they're alive? Holy shit. I didn't see that one coming. Oh my god. So you're telling me not only did his lie towards his dad save his own life because he bought the gear, the helmet and everything, his lie is the only reason his friends... This man is now convinced he must lie till the sun goes down. The whole show is built around a lie that all three of the central family members are lying to the other. Lloyd is the type of guy who is at this point convinced lying is needed. So when everything finally ends in this show, he will no longer feel the need to think lying is needed to keep his family safe, and it's gonna bring the whole thing back to his father's teaching of not lying. The more I think I can't love Spy Family, episodes like these come out and prove me otherwise. If you enjoyed, make sure to head on over to the Patreon where you can catch the full live reaction, but otherwise, let's break down this episode. Realizing the long-term implications of how this show has been building up a lie that is the family, and how arc by arc the lie becomes less of a lie and genuine feelings, tied together with the realization that Lloyd's entire life, from the moments where everything hit the fan up until he met Yor and everyone, is just non-stop lies. My mind is kind of blown, and I feel a little foolish because every time they were bleeping Lloyd's name, I thought to myself, it's weird that they keep doing it. Like, we know Lloyd's name. No, we don't. We don't know Lloyd's true name, and we probably won't until he reveals it to Yor and Anya. He feels so guilty that he lied, because his father's teachings he wants to honor. Lying is bad. But then he looks at the world. Politicians tell you, don't worry, war won't happen, and then they get bombed. From his point of view, lying is what kept him alive, and lying is what makes the world go round. But at his core, he doesn't want to lie. He felt guilty when he apologized to his mom. Like, this is the truth. I wasn't doing this. I was doing this. But everything just dies. If they actually go the route, I've always thought this prior to this arc, there would come a point where Lloyd would no longer lie and would tell Yor and Anya the truth. But to realize them accepting him for who he is, what he's done, I mean, granted, it's not like Yor's got a better history, but when you look at it from Lloyd's perspective, Anya's an innocent girl, right? Like, you can't tell an innocent girl that. It's so incredible how they tie together one of the most realistic depictions of war I've ever seen in anime into such a combination that just makes the future of the main show all the more engaging. It's hard to tell what a happy ending would look like in this show. If the main family survives and no lies are there, that's probably the happiest ending. But there's so much room for so much death. I mean, Damien as a character, bro. I guess as long as Damien doesn't see his father get sniped, but like, I hope for Damien's sake his dad can live. Like, there's so much I want to see happen that would be positive, but given the war-torn nature of the show, I don't know how that's possible. And I feel like at this point, the only way it would be possible is if the lies are no longer there and the family collectively works together. Like, could you imagine a final arc where Mr. Spy Lloyd, Assassin Yor, Future Seeing Dog Bond, and telekinetic read your mind Anya work together to overthrow some corruption? It's possible. But given I heard so much hype about this arc, and while I would have liked it to continue into next episode, maybe seeing the early days of the spy, I mean, I'm sure there's probably potential for other flashbacks down the line. I mean, I think they utilized the time well. Hell, they even showed Frankie on the other side and us sharing a smoke. Like, that scene is probably my personal favorite. The moment where Frankie explains how both sides were told that the other side started it first, and how he explains, hey, we saw a little movie. Someone got slapped. The human reaction. That's not right. And then they play a little more context. Oh, woman caught husband cheating. Go, girl. It's interesting how the human brain can justify things that we naturally want to push back against if the context makes the person doing the violence seem justified, and how that ties together with war. And it hits so close to home with what we are currently seeing with so many conflicts in our own world. And given when the manga started, it's interesting because either it was like a weird coincidence, because if I'm not mistaken, when the mangaka made this, didn't it roughly start around the same time as the Russian-Ukraine war, if I'm not mistaken? Either way, like, just seeing how leaders can justify such horrible violence and then utilize normal people to commit those heinous acts all under the guise of they started it first, or they're monsters, or they did this. Like, no, we're human beings. And the fact that Frankie, of all goddamn characters, had to tell us this, because it starts off with him being like, please, Lord, don't let me die until I bang someone. Like who wouldn't lower your gun in that moment? But it's so real. Like, I would have to do some digging into the author of Spy Family, because, like, how did you craft this? Because it's so easy to look at Spy Family as this goofy kind of like, everyone's keeping a secret, everyone has a lie, it's goofy, it's not that serious. But then when it does remind you that, no, this is actually a really believable war-torn setting. Yeah, there's some magical shenanigans to it, like telekinetic abilities and future sight, but it doesn't distract from the real themes they're trying to explore here. I've loved Spy Family since day one, and to see the level of characterization they've managed to pull, like, sure, there's some things I wish I saw more of, like I wish we see more Yor assassin work, but at the end of the day, until the show is officially over, I can't say if they've actually done things poorly, because say the story ended in 12 episodes, and I felt Yor was a little underutilized on the assassin. Sure, I'd criticize it, but it doesn't change the fact that I still think it's one of the best anime of the past decade. It's insanely consistent. The anime original stuff they do is fantastic, and it's just a show I could easily see how it would work as like a 60 episode anime, to the same degree as I could see how it could work as a 150 episode anime. And any in between would probably function too. Great stuff. Best episode, hands down. Lloyd's backstory, even worse than I thought it was going to be, and it just got more painful the more it went on. Let me know your thoughts down below. What did you think? Especially if you're a source reader. I'm sure you've been anticipating this for a hot minute. Let me know your feelings. Drop a like, share your support, subscribe. If you're new around here, of course, Patreon, full live reactions and exclusives like I also like to give video shoutouts to my patrons. So today we got Danny, Charles Polk, Renee Villarreal, Katrin, Nick Howard, and we also have DYR. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care. You all have a good one.